call this June Wildewood Springs Board of Directors meeting to order. Confirmation.
Oh, yes.
Confirmation.
Notice was posted in according to statutory requirements on the 17th of June.
Tammy, roll call.
Cookie. Here. Roger.
Yes, here.
Pam.
Pam's at court.
Sort of.
She's here.
She's here.
Okay.
She's muted right now.
Sort of here.
Half here. Shannon.
Here.
Steve.
Yep.
Dick.
Here.
Denny.
Here.
Is George on?
No.
Monica?
No.
Is Monica on?
No.
Claire.
Here.
Me. Tiffany.
Here.
Barb Carey's at the dentist. Debbie. And John.
Here.
Debbie.
Here comes somebody.
Debbie Harder.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
There she is.
Hello,
There they
Barbara.
are.
I am here, guys.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Good afternoon. Made the dentist already?
Yeah. Quite numb.
No. Shut up.
Don't try to talk. I didn't play my trumpet.
Okay, I'm going to welcome everybody who's joining. Only thing I have really off the bat would be the fact that it seems like the homeless are still away. No residents. I haven't seen, well, we saw one guy in there, but he looked like he was just taking a break from the sun, but he skadooted out when John said something, so.
I was there today and there's a blanket hanging up in that space, but there's nobody there. Where he had his pants hanging up.
Oh, now it's a
Yeah.
blanket.
Yeah, now it's a blanket. But there's
He's
it's
doing
clear.
laundry.
It's clear, yeah.
Goes to the pond, does it, hangs it. Alright, but anyways, it doesn't look like we have any residents over there. Alright, the minutes. Everybody reviewed the minutes? Yep.
Hello, Monica.
No.
Anybody have a question?
Monica and Barbara are here.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hello, 585. Can you tell us who you are?
This is Deb Carter, Chris.
Oh, hey, Deb.
Hey, Deb.
Nice to have you.
Hi. Thank you.
Up in New York, are you? Up in New York?
Yep, until probably the 3rd week of July.
Ah, okay, well. Have fun with the family.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, back to review minutes. Anybody had a chance to look at them? Yes.
Yes.
Do I hear a motion to accept?
Move to accept.
Shannon, second, Dick. So done. Alright.
Vote.
Oh, that's right, we're gonna vote on it. Anybody against accepting? Anybody there? Nope. Okay, done. Unanimous. I was waiting for you, Roger, to elbow me about vote, but you're not here.
Long range.
Long range snitch.
Yeah, maybe a little, clear your throat unless I'm doing something wrong. Okay, financial matters.
All is well. We are following the trend lines of things going on. We are over in the administrative end, but that's due to our insurance premium, which will soon be taking care of itself. We're also over in the pool and tennis, but that's due to the new efficiency pumps that we're putting in. And last but not least, utilities. And that's a seasonal situation that will bring itself back into bearing based on the summertime coming up here. All is well.
Yeah, good point, John. The utilities are coming down. The last month was below budget, so we're going to get that seasonal flow. And obviously, a lot of it is affected by pool heat, and we don't have to heat the pool.
90 degrees plus in the pool.
Accounts receivable, there's 2 units that owe $500, and or within $500 and $1,000. And the reason for that is there's two owners that go way back and have the right to pay on a monthly basis. And so they're not really in arrears. And so they will catch up, and that's not an issue. Also, we said that there were 8 units that owed a quarter, and 4 of them were paid since the report, so we're down to 4. 2 quarter units are 0, and units that owe more than 3 quarters are unit 364, 718, and 762. Obviously, 364 is going to be sold at auction, and that monies will come in total. 718 is in the process of being foreclosed on, and 762 paid theirs in June. So that's a 0 on them, and that was over $22,000 that they paid. So we're in good shape, very good shape.
Cool. Okay, so on the old business.
Second floor slab renovations, 41 are done now. And so that means there's about 100 to do. The next series of them, there's about 6 of them in Lakeside, and they've been forwarded to the contractor, and as soon as he can put his people together, he's going to be working on them.
Very good. The funding of the insurance.
All right, again, special assessment not due until July 1, but we received a little bit more than $95,000 in prepayment. Of course, I'm sorry, July 1. It's not due till July 1. And so we got over $95,000 in prepayments, and about 80% of those are 100% paid. So we'll have the finite figures for you come the end of July when we see who's paying on the singular basis. But it's a very, very, very good start. I think that the total assessment brings in like $390,000, so we're got a good shot. And that basically is paying back our operating surplus first, and then they'll go into the insurance fund. So it's going well.
Good, excellent. I didn't think it'd be too much of an issue. Okay, we're back to the upper unit flooring issue.
I'll preface it with the board at its last meeting referred this issue back to the building committee for a final recommendation regarding if the flooring and installation as installed as a test is acceptable for all upper units. The committee has recommended the association, which includes a vapor barrier, SoundGuard LVT HD underlayment, and Cortex Plus Luxury Valerie plank and floating floor with attached cork. And the board's workshop, and the committee recommended that you go ahead and approve it. The workshop requested some additional testing to be held and further discussions to be conducted here today.
I have a question. Why do we have committees that research and recommend just so we override it?
Well, it hasn't been overridden yet.
But I mean, you know, every time we bring something to the floor that we have researched thoroughly, and then it's just negated. Why do we have committees?
Well, I think the issue that came up at the board meeting was that the test didn't really incorporate, like Pam, for example, who, you know, had a big issue with it, and she wanted to be part of the test, but she wasn't invited. So did we have enough people really involved in the test? And things like, so the discussion kind of grew from that, and so we thought maybe let's do have a more comprehensive test done with people who both have issues with it or don't necessarily have issues, and get a good consensus.
There was also discussion.
That's how it came about.
Well, if I may just, I don't mean to interrupt anybody, but we should try to have a motion on the floor to discuss instead of general discussion, even though I appreciate your question. You know, I mean, if somebody says no, let's go with holding off and retest, that can be the motion. If somebody says no, let's go with the recommendation, that should be the motion, then we can discuss it.
The recommendation is that we send this back to the building committee.
No, the recommendation from the building committee is to accept it. So that's either.
Came back to the
either-
building committee, we recommended
Yeah.
it be accepted
Yes,
The flooring be
Yes.
accepted?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
with.
With the stipulation.
With the stipulation.
With specific
Specific
specifications.
specifications that have to be approved and reviewed, in
Before-
writing,
before
like, there's
floors
5
installed.
people that wanna do something now.
I know.
And they're waiting, whatever works. I mean, and we can delay it for more testing, as you all discussed, or we can accept it. That's basically where we're at. John?
I make a motion that we do not accept this particular recommendation without the full and total voting of the lower units that are below each and every one of the upper units. And I feel that we have to have some type of a vote of yes or no regarding whether or not they want upper units to have hard floors.
I didn't think this was considered a hard floor.
It is.
Well, it is.
It's a wooden floor, it's non-standard.
It's a luxury vinyl floor,
Yes, it is, not
which is
wood.
different.
Yes.
It's not wood.
Non-standard,
Yeah.
so in regards to our standards of today for rugs, etc.
So you need a second before we can discuss
Yeah.
this?
That was really wordy. Shorten it.
Shorten it is this, in order to do this, I feel that we need to have a vote of each and every unit that has a floor above them, yes or no. In
So
other
you
words, the lower unit should vote on the validity of hard floors on the second floor.
But your premise would be that you do not accept the recommendation of the committee.
Excellent, yes.
So that should be the beginning.
Yeah.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
Do
Good.
not accept the recommendation of the committee until a vote is conducted by lower unit owners regarding the issue.
And, well, this can't be discussed until it's set.
Well,
Right.
And is there a second? Hearing no second.
Okay, no second.
Is there another motion?
Another motion?
My motion is that we accept what the building committee recommended, that all of the new floors going up in the upper units are extremely specified by what we have put into writing, because the difference between carpeting and the new vinyl is basically zero.
Second to her motion.
I second.
Okay,
Claire seconds.
now you have discussion.
Now it's discussion.
Now you have to shorten it for me because I can't write all that. My name's not
Monica
Pam.
said to accept the recommendation of the building committee as proposed.
Okay.
That's shorter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job, Monica.
Yes, great wording.
Thanks.
Discussion?
Discussion. Mr. West?
I'm concerned about the validity of the testing process. It seems to be in the eyes of the beholder. We have no standard that is set in place. We cannot use the standards that the industry uses because we do not meet those standards based on the thickness of the floor or the difference in between the height between the first and second floor. So therefore, my concern is what standard are we using? Yours, mine, or is there a standard in the industry? There is none. So how are we going to meet those requirements if we have no standards in order to measure the requirements?
Good, Claire.
I am totally baffled by this. We decided that the building committee was gonna have this free floor put in. We were gonna go downstairs and listen to what was going on upstairs.
And we did.
And we did. And as far as I remember, the majority of us were in favor of installing this floor. The rating is no different than carpeting. So why drag this on forever? I mean, we're not doing what we said we would do.
What is
And-
the rating, Claire?
The rating was 92.
92 what?
I don't know what it means, but for sound, it's rated.
Is that
It's like
measured?
72.
A 72, I'm
It
sorry.
is said that it should, but we have no means of measuring that because the standard does not come up for the measurement. So
But wait a
I
second.
don't know what we're gonna use.
We,
The carpet standard is
if that's what the floor is rated at by the
whom?
flooring people, and carpeting is rated at the same thing, what's the problem?
The flooring people, based on the ratings for whatever the standard is for noise, and that is what the standard we're going for, not what the carpet people say their things will do.
Okay,
And that's where the standard is at the present time, is that noise factor.
okay. People, when they move into a community like this, have to understand it's like living in an apartment building. There is going to be a little noise. If you put 6 feet of carpet upstairs, there's gonna be a little noise. So why can't we go ahead and make them follow the specifications of this vinyl, luxury vinyl flooring or whatever it's called, with whatever underlayment we want with it, which is going to do the best that can be done, and just give permission to people upstairs to do what they want in their unit. It's their home.
My concern in regards to that is, number one, the standard that was set when I moved into the house was this. Now it's being changed without any way that I can control it. I could have not moved into that bottom unit if the noise was at the level that it may be. Today, I can stand this amount of noise. Now, we have no way of testing or proving that that noise is less or more. I feel that it's more when we have a floor that isn't like it was standardized when I bought the place.
Barbara?
So at the workshop, this is my understanding, I don't know that we had a strong objection to this alternate type of flooring, but I think we felt that the testing wasn't enough to be sure that the new flooring did not create more noise, more noise suspect as opposed to the carpeting would. Carpeting may not be meeting current regulations that we've set, but we don't want the flooring to be any worse than that. And so that's what the additional testing is supposed to be. It's just to do some more thorough testing to get the board there to listen to it, more key people who are in lower units. Were you involved in the test?
No.
So that's where we left it at the board meeting,
Dick?
the workshop.
I think Barbara is right. The conversation in our workshop was that they were going to have another group, anyone who wanted to go, and they were going to go to a unit that had the flooring, which we put in, and that same group would then go to a unit upstairs that has a carpet, so that they then could see what the distinguishing, if any, was there. So the comparison for that group of people would be the floor that they're talking about and the carpet by the same people.
Right.
In addition to that, Barbara just said something that caught my ear, and that is, we can't be positive that the carpeting that's upstairs even now is consistent with whatever the standards were. So we're really dealing with a whole new ball of wax in this whole thing. So I
What
think
we've learned in this, if I can add just edification, what we've learned in this is the fact that we do not have 6-inch slab that all the testing is on. We have 2 inches of concrete, 2 inches of steel, and a space between the two of about 4 inches, which also figures into the sound migration or deadening, okay? So that's right. We can never reach the standard that's in there because of our, when it was written, they didn't realize that they didn't have the 6-inch concrete.
But we don't want to make it worse.
Yeah, Dick?
Steve, Pam has her hand up here.
Yeah, I see.
Pam?
Right now I don't have to be on the other one. I think our condition at the board workshop where that, there was nobody downstairs listening that has a downstairs unit. Everybody has a floor. And there was nobody who has upstairs, I mean, a downstairs unit, somebody above them, that was in on the test.
Yep.
And I think that was our big concern. Okay, I've gotta go back, but that was my,
All right, Denny's got his hand up.
That's right. I'm just curious, how many people were there at the test?
About 5, I think. Chris, I was there,
was there.
Steve was there, Claire was there, Shannon was there. No, you weren't there. About
George?
5, there was 5.
Colin Smith was
Colin
there.
Smith was there.
And,
Yeah.
and there were the 2 people that actually live there,
Right.
Yeah.
and they have no problems.
If the people who live there have no problems?
No, they said, no.
So,
So what's the
I
deal?
don't think we wanted to go by one person saying, this is okay.
Yeah.
And that speaks for however many lower units there are.
Shannon?
I'm wondering, following up from what Pam said, how many of us have someone living on top of us?
I have
Well,
one
not
view.
permanently, snowbirds come in and not permanently.
One?
So you do have somebody that
Well,
lives above you.
yeah, Cookie does.
Pam does.
John does in his other unit, right?
So most of
He
us,
does.
most of
Gail
us,
says she does.
Yeah, Pam does.
but most of us live in a unit that's either on the ground by itself or in an upstairs. Which makes me think that going back and testing again makes some sense. But we're never gonna find a single standard, John.
I know.
You know, the best we're gonna do is a subjective team, the report of a subjective team.
Should we perhaps put together our own standard then, so that we can measure this in some manner, rather than just stand there and listen? Bottom line, I don't know what it would be, but we can't use the industry standard because we don't meet the industry standard. And I think my argument here is we're opening a door using standard talk with no standard there. It's in the ears of the beholder.
Well,
And
this
it
was
can
the
only get
standard that we
worse.
came up with.
This is the standard of the product. It isn't the standard of the noise. You see what I'm talking about? If I'm hearing golf balls drop, and they're as loud as they're dropping when they're dropping on a wooden floor, then in essence that wouldn't be acceptable. But we have not standard. You're reflecting back to the carpet people saying this meets the same standard as a piece of carpet, but we're talking about noise, and we can't meet that standard because we don't have a 6-inch slab of cement and 6 inches below that. We have 2 inches and 2 inches. It's an entirely different apples and orange type operation. So set the standard of what it's got to be so that we can measure it. Other than that, I can't believe that we've got as many non-people above on the board, and we aren't saying that we should let those people that have apartments or condos above them vote yes or no.
My point is that we, as a team, can make this judgment. If you're looking for an objective standard about noise, you know, that's not gonna happen.
Why wouldn't we let our lower unit people vote on whether they want carpet or hard floor on the bubble?
So if you want every lower unit resident
Yes.
to vote on whether they should allow these floors upstairs, we're gonna have every lower unit resident go to this poor people's unit where the flooring is upstairs and listen. We're gonna be traipsing through what, 300 people?
I don't
That's-
need that. I would say no right now without even listening. I don't want anybody up above. I don't want to hear any noise up there that I'm not hearing
But that's
today.
unreasonable.
No, that's what I bought. And you
That's
are taking away
unreasonable.
from
Even with
what
the
I
old,
bought.
no, that's unreasonable. I'm
This,
sorry.
this discussion is mute. We have already pushed that aside. That is not something this board is going to accept. So this is just a mute conversation.
Did you call the question?
Do I want to call the question? Yeah, I think that given what the several of us have said, we're ready for the question.
Why don't you call the question? You gotta take the vote. Danny, did you have anything last to say?
No, I'm fine.
Anybody out there, last sale?
No.
Okay.
Can you read the motion, Tim?
Heck no. The motion is,
That's the,
well, the motion is
okay.
to accept the committee's recommendation.
That's what it is.
But with the standards,
With the specifications as stated.
As is, yeah.
Right there.
So just let me clarify. So if we vote in favor of the motion, we're voting in favor of letting people install the floors
Without
With the
this.
standards.
without further testing.
However, their flooring has to meet.
It has to meet the standard.
Yes.
Yeah, the
This-
specifications,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Clarification.
Okay,
Okay, roll
Good.
call.
does everybody understand that? Yep. Okay. Cookie. Yes or no?
Yes.
Roger. Pam.
No.
Shannon.
Abstain.
Can't.
You can't?
No then.
Steve.
No.
Dick.
yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Monica.
Yes.
Claire.
Yes.
Me. No. Tiffany.
No.
Barb.
No.
Deb.
No.
John.
No.
Eight noes.
8 to 6, 6 to 8.
6 yeses.
Is Chris?
No.
Chris isn't a board member.
All right, motion failed.
Motion failed.
Okay, can I make another motion at this
Yes.
point?
Please.
I'd like to make the motion that we go back to the conversation that we had at the workshop the other day, and that there be a review by a group of people who are going to go to the area where we had this new flooring put in, okay? And that same group then go to another area where there's a carpet above, so that they can make a realistic comparative sound of what they hear. In other words, they go to Unit A, where upstairs is this new flooring. Then they go to Unit B, where the upstairs is carpeting. That group of people will make an assessment that they can bring back to the board.
And bring back a standard, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the standard is what is in that document right there. We are simply going back to our workshop conversation where we indicated we wanted another review, but we wanted the review to be comparing apples to apples rather than apples to oranges. So that the downstairs unit in one place is going to have the hard floor listening. Then the same group of people are going to go to another unit where the upstairs unit is carpeting, has similar things done. People run across the floor, walk with high heels, whatever it is. That group then will come back to the board with a recommendation.
Can we have a second? Second.
All right.
Back open for
That's why we
discussion.
have these rules.
But that group's got
I'm sorry, Danny.
Go ahead, Danny.
lower floor people.
Do we have a decimal meter?
Yeah.
No, you can't measure it.
Can't measure
The
it.
test that we found out through requesting of a test, the average test for that would be about $35,000. You have to have many
No,
licenses.
but you can have a reading decimal meter. I mean, we're doing a swag theory right now. And bottom line, if we go back and retest, we're just using everybody's own hearing and
Of
their own
course,
personal
right.
opinion, okay?
That's what you had to begin with.
So that's right, but the bottom line is if you at least had a decimal meter, you can measure the amount of decibels difference and see, and then compare to your hearing. I mean, John's talking about having some kind of standard. Well, guess what? The standard would be by noise, by measuring the amount of decibels between the two. If there's no difference, guess what? You've got your reading. Even though it doesn't meet the national standard because of the kind, I'm just saying, I'm deaf in one ear, people, man, I tell you, I put the good ear down, everything turns quiet, so.
Does anybody have one?
I don't have one. I would support purchasing them if they're inexpensive, maybe on Amazon or something. But I did want to add to the motion that all board members should be invited to the new test.
Well, yeah.
Well, I think they should.
But
If they're gonna,
equally adding to the group, they must be a good number of downstairs people who have a stake in this.
How many people are we gonna traps through a unit?
Exactly.
That's, I mean, you pass what you want, and that's fine, but somebody's gonna say, how come there's 45 people coming in my unit?
I think the one thing that, as a
15
proponent
board members.
of the test that
So
we,
why board members then? I'm sorry.
Most
of them have no.
I'm not sure we need to have all of us go through,
I
but
think the people
I would
at
like to
stake
know a
should be the
standard
ones
though.
making up
Golf
the
ball drop, put in 10 tests that we make and do those 10 tests, and then from that, we can come up with a standard that we have ourselves. And then whatever the committee is says, no, there's not, or yes, there is, and then we'll vote on it, yes or no, and I in turn will help you vote for it. But right now, we only open the door for more noise, not less. And we are using a standard based on an advertisement for a product, not the actual ears. And in the ears of the eyes of the beholder or the ears of the beholder. If we use Denny, we're halfway there. But if we use somebody else, it would be less of an acceptable.
What I think we do is we vote on Dick's motion, and then because he says a group of people, we'll define the group in the second motion.
Perfect.
Okay,
Good.
Okay.
question?
Call the question.
Call the question.
Question's being called.
Question's being called, right? Shannon. Vote?
We should hear the motion again.
The motion is, unless you have something different, what the hell is it?
Review of the flooring,
Yeah.
Unit A, realistic comparison to like a Unit B with carpeting. And it was motion by Dick and second by Shannon. Yes means
Test.
test,
No
no
means
means no test. Cookie.
Yes.
I hate to say this, but I'm confused. I know what the motion, but if you're saying if you vote yes, then,
We need more
We'll have a
testing.
test.
We'll
Okay.
go ahead with it.
all
yeah.
right.
Okay, Cookie said yes. Roger?
Yes.
Pam?
Yes.
Shannon?
Yes.
Steve?
Yeah.
Dick?
Yes.
Denny?
Yes.
Monica?
Yes.
Claire?
No.
Me? Yes. Tiffany?
Yes.
Barb?
Yes.
Deb?
Deb?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Should carry.
13 yes. 1 no.
Okay.
Okay, we will set it up sometime, I guess, in the next month.
Well, all right, now I think we should make a finite group who's gonna do this. You could say, I don't know, 3 downstairs people, the 3 upstairs people, 3 downstairs people, 3 board members. I mean, whatever you wanna do, but I think we should define it now so we don't get hung up in discussion again.
I know, I agree.
Can I make a motion that the test group be comprised at least half of downstairs people who have a stake in it?
Well, how many? How many though?
Okay, so if you decide you're gonna have a test group of 10 people,
Oh my
then
God.
you have 5 people who have to be from downstairs.
5 board members? I mean, I'm asking, because we're gonna define it now, so we don't have an argument about, this person didn't go, or I didn't hear it, or, you know.
Bottom line, half the amount should be lower unit people.
Well, she made a motion to, all right, how many people?
So at least half of the test group must be from
All right, but
downstairs.
how many people?
3,
For the whole test group?
Yeah.
6.
I know, maybe 10?
I would say 10.
Yeah.
No more than 10.
10? All right.
10.
Barbara Carey said that there should be 10, or made a motion to have 10 people on the test unit, 5 of which must be lower unit people.
At least half must be lower unit.
The other 5 should probably be board members.
The other 5 be board members.
Preferably from the building committee.
Good.
Okay. Is there a second to her motion?
I second it.
Huh?
I second it.
All right.
Well, that's why I was.
That's what,
Any discussion?
Could we just clarify that motion?
Will
Just-
the committee be meeting to set the standards for the test?
Standards are here.
Well, the
No, no,
golf
no, he's
ball,
talking
that-
about the.
Oh, the
Golf ball drop, dogs
Yeah.
walking across the
Dogs.
floor,
If you're gonna do it again.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll schedule a meeting of the people to do it, to set the standards.
Good, perfect,
okay.
And that group will be allowed to set the standards, so we won't say they didn't do this or that,
absolutely,
so we don't get back and forth.
good.
Okay, just
That's
for
what I
wording
wanna see done,
purposes.
then I'm happy.
I mean lower unit people, who have people who live above them.
Right,
Okay,
condo people versus villa people.
correct.
I would like to make sure that all board members are invited to the test, just because I want to make sure if I vote on something that it's I'm informed enough to make a
Well,
decision
then
for
you
the
can
interest
vote
of
no
my
on the motion.
community.
Yeah,
Because the motion is 10 people, five board members and
and
five lower unit, upper unit people. So you can vote no on it.
Are we for discussion?
That's what it is.
Okay. I mean, it would be nice if we had 10, but I do agree that we might get just too many people. And it's more important that we have the stakeholders in this, you know, and so if I decide I don't have to be there, I'm trusting that this sample size and what it's made up of is gonna be sufficient for me to make my vote on. Because I feel more comfortable now that you've got more stakeholders participating in the test. That's how I feel about that.
You can take my spot.
Thanks.
Maybe you should be one of the 5, you know.
I would love to be one of the 5
There you go, we
if
got our
there's
first
space.
member.
And she has an upper unit, you know, so
Yes.
she does have a dog in the fight, you know.
True.
Well, what I mean by stakeholder is really the lower,
the
the
lower
lower
unit,
unit people.
not the upper unit.
No,
Come on,
but
Chris.
she's part of it.
What about the people who are actually living in the lower unit below this flooring?
Well, they-
That-
Do they have a say?
They already had their say.
Yeah.
They have no problem
They
with
had
it.
no problem with it.
I know they have no problem with it.
Okay.
So now we're going to add to that, we're going back to that same unit.
Yeah. I don't think she'll have any problem.
But see, we felt, I feel that it's just one person, one unit owner, out of how many unit owners have somebody who live above them?
I would like to
121.
know,
Consensus.
I would like to know how many other units have a flooring that's comparable to this in their unit that was not approved, and how many complaints have we gotten from people living under those units? I know of at least one, big deal.
Well, that's a very good question, but I can't give you an answer on that because the only thing I know is that we've had 2 people take it out because they haven't put it in right, but there were so many approved before. I mean, you go back and look at some in 7, 8, 9 years ago. They were approved all the time.
Okay, if they were approved,
See,
how many
before-
complaints have you received in that 7 or 8 years or whatever of people living below complaining about noise?
In 7 years or 8 years I've been here, the answer would be 5.
that's
We
it.
know of one
Yeah.
that moved
Yeah,
out.
that's-
I
specifically
can't
because
say,
of
I
noise.
mean, have a
Wait,
decision.
but there is a unit in my cluster that has somebody above them with I don't know if it's this flooring or another flooring, but that lower unit has been sold twice now because of the noise. And I don't know if they've actually ever complained to the office.
I don't know, but I
right?
know, I can name the ones that have, and who is it that you're talking about? Do you know what unit?
It's, oh God, now I gotta go around and count. Okay, it's 6, is it 6, it's in the 650s.
652 probably, that's one of the ones that people complained about in the past.
Right, but that's
So
been
that's
sold
one of them.
twice now because of
Yeah,
the
well, that's
noise.
one of them, and below Marie, 708
Yes, Marie,
was the
absolutely.
second one. And there was 2 others,
Cool.
263, 118 I think, and I can't remember the other, but that's the 5 I've had.
Do we
Now,
know,
the
But
others
that
are
was
no
definitely one of
snowbirds, and
But
so it doesn't
do
matter
we
to
know
them.
what kind of flooring?
No.
Well, we've made
Probably
Marie
laminate.
take hers out. Marie had
Wood.
non-specification
Yeah,
wood. yeah.
okay,
And the other gentleman in 263 put in tile throughout.
okay,
So we made
Okay,
him
well,
take
that-
it out.
yeah.
So we know what flooring that
Yeah.
is.
But how many were approved before and are in place?
And
I can't
have
tell
not
you.
been approved, yeah.
Can't tell you.
Okay,
Vote on the motion?
Chris had his hand up. Go ahead, Chris.
My only comment is this, that John West has sort of structured this comment in favor of downstairs owners. What about upstairs owners? Don't they have any say in this at all? I think your suggestion that 5 of the people be downstairs owners and the other board members with no particular role for upstairs owners. There's just as many upstairs owners as there are downstairs
There are
owners.
more,
141 upstairs.
I know, but some of us have downstairs units that don't have anybody above, so I am not going through it because it doesn't affect me in one way or another.
Right.
And I may be biased.
The reason for this, Chris, is just the sound test, and
Yeah.
the downstairs people have a little more,
At stake.
effect. It could affect them a heck of a lot more. The sound isn't gonna affect the upstairs people, they're getting all the benefits.
So are we trying to,
That's why they're upstairs owners, because they didn't want to deal with the noise from the people.
not necessarily,
I
There's
wouldn't say
safety,
that.
for women, there's safety upstairs.
but are we
Base.
trying to eliminate all noise?
No,
No,
just
possible.
not
It's
having more noise
impossible.
than I
No,
had
we're
before.
not.
Impossible.
Just that it's
You're
not worse
right.
than the carpeting.
Did someone call the question on this earlier?
Yes.
Then
Shannon,
discussion
yeah,
should
yeah,
stop.
we need to.
In terms of Robert's Rules of Order, is that right, John? Once the question's called,
Once the question's called,
I think if we continue the conversation, we are defeating our own rules of
Barbara Carey
so we
made a
gotta be
motion to
careful
have
here.
the group of inspectors, for the want of a better word, be comprised of 10, 5 board members and 5 lower unit owners.
Or,
Monica Heigl, second.
okay. Cookie.
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
Pam.
I think she's in her hearing.
Come back.
Shannon.
Yes.
Steve.
Sure. Yep.
Dick.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Monica.
Yes.
Claire.
No.
Me, yes. Tiffany.
Yes.
Barb.
Yes.
Deb.
Deb? Yeah.
John.
Yes.
13-1.
Yeah.
No, wait, it's not 13.
I can vote.
All right,
Okay.
Is this for the change in the tree cutting?
No, no. Where have you been?
I was in court.
Go to court. You're fine.
Barb Carey made a motion, it was seconded by Monica Heigl, to have the new test group be comprised of 10 owners, 5 board members, and 5 those who live in the lower unit.
Okay.
They also they want to have a meeting so that group can set the standard, and then they will go and do the test.
Okay.
So you're a yes?
Standard.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Very good.
So it is 13-1.
Now, do we want to pick the board members now, or we have them all together?
Might as well.
Tiffany wants to go there.
I want to go.
Tammy wants to go.
Pam wants to go, I know for sure.
Yes.
Pam, you want to go?
You're in the villa, right?
That's 3.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
a
got
downstairs
good
owner.
Okay.
Can't
John
live
can
it by
go.
me.
And you,
That's-
Steve?
I know John West.
Yeah,
I'm going to be out of town.
Oh,
most of that
definitely.
month.
Yeah.
June.
I'm not
July.
The
going.
whole month?
I'm not going.
No,
Yeah, all right, so who else?
I mean,
Who else wants to?
When are you gonna do the test?
We haven't decided yet.
No, and I need to complain.
We're gonna do it during a thunderstorm.
The what? The what?
Who else wants to
Okay.
do it?
We have 4 people, 2 are downstairs units.
No, this is
these are
board
board
members.
members.
Right,
Still
but
gonna have-
2 are still downstairs unit when you come
All
in.
right, so we'll put John as a downstairs unit.
Yeah.
And Pam is a downstairs unit.
All right.
Barbara, you want to be there for
Barb,
the
you wanna
test?
be there?
If you already canvassed the room.
No, yeah. We need one more board
All right,
member.
I'll go.
Okay, put Barbara down.
You wanted to guarantee the pass, I mean.
1, 2, 3. We only have 3 board members at present.
Oh, you're using John as downstairs?
John
Oh,
and
okay.
John and Pam will be downstairs owners.
I'll go again.
All right.
There you go.
Are you a downstairs owner? He's
He's
a
a
biased
Philip.
What
opinion.
about me?
Nobody opinion.
He's a villa
He's
man.
smart.
Does anybody want to solicit any downstairs? We need 3 downstairs owners.
I can solicit by me.
All right,
I can solicit one.
okay.
Susan Wolf, she's got somebody
Yeah.
upstairs with the wood floor.
All right, so we'll put
This is
Susan
to
Wolf,
give
because
her-
I know she,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Anybody you know?
Denise, she has the the bulldog.
Bulldog, all right, Denise,
Langer?
what's your last name, you know?
Is it Langer? Something.
All right,
Denise L.
one more,
Yeah.
anybody want to volunteer
She's
somebody?
across from you.
Huh?
I'm trying to think of these.
Yeah, I know Denise. Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Looking for one, try to resolve this issue.
I have 7. Who do you have?
I have 5 board members and 4 downstairs units.
John, do you know of any other people who've complained that are current residents in downstairs units we can reach out to?
Those are the ones you should have at the testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Can we count those?
Probably not.
The testing people?
Well, I can try to find one more. Right now, we're not having anybody complain, right? I mean, at this time. So, I mean, I just can't say, you know, if 708 people were here, they're gone. If the 152, or so-and-so.
650.
Well, who is it below Jim that's gonna be the downstairs?
Jim,
Munson. Weren't we gonna use
yeah,
them?
she probably would do that. Yeah, she
She
would,
could
because
come
she's on
over
the,
to the
yeah.
other one.
That would be,
Isn't her name Nancy?
no, gosh, I know it. She's on the grounds committee and others, so, yeah, Nancy Baker. All right, we'll put Nancy on it.
Okay.
Did you just say
I said
That's right, Nancy,
They said
you
nobody
were
here.
right. You were right.
John, don't go for any of those hearing tests.
Can I say something?
Tough, girls and boys.
We've been listening to the sound in here
It's a decimal meter.
with the decimal meter.
I just downloaded it.
And you can tell when people are laughing or talking versus just normal speech.
Good work.
That could be representative number 11.
So you can download a,
Yeah, I just did. While we were talking, I downloaded
You
it.
can download
And
it.
I've been watching it, and it's like,
yeah, I know.
cool.
Wow.
All right, so that'll be part of our test. Okay.
Can I use it?
Good
I
job,
don't
Jenny.
have sex.
All right, are we done with that?
Yeah.
Now the rest will flow.
No, that came from,
Oh, that was
oh,
his.
yeah.
Which board member wants to call the 5 people that are waiting? I'm just kidding. I will. Frank Frangeli, there's five of them that are not gonna be happy.
Quit it.
That should be the building committee's job, right?
All right, let's go to our
You know what,
559.
let's
That's
not
my job.
take it to the building committee because you may not like the way we talk to them. Sorry,
All right.
just in my
Next
business.
All right,
this
next
morning.
issue, termite unit 559.
As you recall, the passion to plea for removal of drywood termites from unit 559. The board asked me to get quotes for tenting the building, and as we talked about at the workshop, turns out that the building is actually 2 buildings because of the way the roof's connected, and we would have to tent 2 buildings. That means that the quote from Terminex was
$16,464.
464, and Truly Nolan, 23,742, both of which told me, and of course, we also, Turner's gonna give us one, but he said it would be in that range. Plus the fact that for materials and labor is 6 to 8 months before anybody could commit. So we kind of devised a plan, Steve and I talked about it, and I suggested we think about taking out the areas of roof, of ceiling and wall where the termites manifest themselves and look directly into the wood above, and that could save us up to,
20,000.
yeah, if we take it out, and we'd have to have a drywall contractor come in and take it out, and then Turner would do any and all applications to anything they find in the wood below the drywall, and that price is $1,500 to do that, and then put the drywall back. I would say that we wouldn't be over $5,000, probably somewhat less. And I've met with the owner. She's not the happiest camper that we're doing it because she's just painted and done other things, but she's agreed to it. And so tomorrow I have a meeting with the drywall contractor and the owner to sit down and take a look exactly what we need to take out, so everybody will be on the same page. So the motion would be to rescind the tenting and go with this second type of action. For want of a better word.
I'll make that motion if you need it, John.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd second it.
Dick makes a motion, John West seconds.
Rescind and go with secondary. Okay, so that's Richard and John West. Did we? Yeah. Any discussion?
Yes. If you find that the wood is affected up in the ceiling, are you gonna put the same type of wood back, or are we going with the new treated?
Well, that's a good thing. I doubt, I mean, unless if they're in there, we could treat it directly. If the wood's deteriorated to the point it has to be replaced,
Yeah.
then of course we're gonna have to make that decision at that time. But, you know, so right now, we're hoping not to have to replace any structure. Just the drywall and the wall.
Good.
According to our bylaws, when people do something like this, we would do the painting, et cetera.
Yeah.
Or they do the painting, I mean.
Yeah.
I would think that if in fact these people just painted this, that maybe we should also do the painting on that
Yeah,
unit.
I agree, because we're tearing it
John and I
out.
talked about that.
We'll replace it
I
as
agree
it is
too, yeah.
today.
Well, the other thing is the insulation. I mean, you're gonna pull it down.
Insulation, oh yeah,
Everything.
that's part of the demolition and.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna replace the insulation also.
Oh, yeah.
And I agree with.
And we might even help them,
the
because
painting.
we've taken some down where there's no insulation.
That surprised me.
Yeah, and so, absolutely, if there's absence of.
Insulation, we're gonna
insulation,
replace
we'll
it.
put it up to help them.
And like I said, I think it'd be nice if we just painted the place whatever color she
Yeah.
wanted.
I wonder if that would help the lower units
Well, absolutely.
for the noise.
Yeah.
I mean, if there is, oh, no.
No.
Yeah.
Shall we have, no.
Yeah, she's one of the units that has flooring
Okay,
from,
from a long time ago, yeah.
Yes.
You don't need a dollar figure, do you? on this?
So am I. Okay, hold on.
who?
Pam.
I just want him to know I'm ready to vote on this one.
All right, she's calling the question.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can do it, Tammy just needs to do it, okay?
Oh, okay.
I just need the unit number in there.
Yeah, 590,
559.
559.
And like,
Yeah,
Okay, I will read the
fabulous
motion.
memory.
On that corner.
So if you ever
Please all.
cost me, I would never forget it.
Please all. Go ahead, Pam.
The motion is to rescind the motion to tent unit 559 for termites and remove ceilings and drywall and treat areas that are termite infested. Does that
Yes.
sound right?
Yes.
very
Very
good.
succinct.
That was Dick Nicola.
Dick?
Yes.
Yes.
Seconded by John West on that.
That's a good plan.
Can you add to that, replace it as it was, painted?
Cookie Bench.
Yes,
Yes.
Just make a,
put it back to its original state.
Without the term.
Roger Schultz.
Yes,
I say yes. Shannon?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Dick Nicola?
Yes.
Denny Palmer?
Yes.
George Fisher?
Not, George is not here.
George isn't here.
Okay. Monica Heidel?
yes,
Claire Dewhurst,
Yes.
Tammy Alborn,
Yes.
Tiffany Conklin,
Yes.
Barb Carey,
Yes.
and Deb Harder's not here.
Yes, she is.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, Deb, yes, Deb. Yep. And John West.
Yes.
All right, so of those of us who are here, it's unanimous.
It's a uni.
Very good, so now go fast.
Yeah,
Alright,
given such is life.
new business.
All right, first one is communication. You received a letter from owner Gene Fonseca regarding an incident at Pool 5. Unfortunately, however you want to go, she's wrong in her premise that everybody should have a pass, and she's been told that her premise is incorrect. That it's been long-standing and it's posted at the pool.
I have so many problems with this letter, like
No.
nieces, nephews, great. You don't have a family reunion in a condo.
They're visiting.
Well, some people do.
They were visiting.
I have a
Anyways.
huge 25 people in my family.
That would be tight.
Pardon?
You have 25 badges. Are you holding badges?
No, I'm not.
Jean's on our line here. She'd like to say something.
Gene?
You gotta unmute, Jean.
Here it comes.
There were 5 children and 3 adults sitting outside the pool. There was no 25 people.
And they weren't inside the fence of the pool?
The adults were inside the fence. The 5 children were in the pool.
Well, unfortunately, Gene, the rules state everybody has to have a pass.
All adults.
No, children. No. Everybody who's using a facility.
No, children need to be supervised, is what it says.
Yeah.
Over 12.
All adults must be badged.
Okay, you're right. I stand corrected.
That's excuse me. That's not how you told me before, John. You told me that one class for all the adults at the pool.
Well, I'll have to say if I did that, I was wrong, and I apologize.
Okay, so that makes a difference. And I had the passes, but I was under the misimpression that it was only 1 pass for all the adults at the pool.
No, it has been posted, and I was incorrect in advising you, and I apologize, Gene.
Okay, next.
Palm tree trimming. The landscape committee at its last meeting recommended that there should be a change in the method of trimming palm trees this year. For the past 10 years, the trees have been trimmed in a 10-to-2 manner. The recommendation is to trim at a 9-to-3 manner. Quotes from other contractors are being requested. It's up to the board to determine if they want to accept the recommendation to change or not. You all have been given various information regarding tree health and things of that nature. In the meantime, I have gotten 3 quotes, and I'm waiting for the 4th quote right now to do a 9-to-3 trim. This year, Brown is $21. Terry's is $30, Monster Tree is $40, and I'm waiting for one more who works for us regularly taking away our trash. So the debate at the committee was, number 1, the tree. Number 2, we get so many calls during the year that the palm fronds are lower and in the way and making noise, and so this would have the palm limbs somewhat lower than normal, and but the committee did recommend going with the 10-to-3.
9-to-3.
9-to-3, yeah.
Can I say? You mentioned Brown's bid was 21, and we currently pay them 18.
We paid them $19.50 last year.
And what are we paying them this year, or we don't?
Their bid is 21.
Okay. So this is the first time in 10 years they're actually bidding.
First time in 10 years they've raised the price. But it's gasoline and everything else, like everybody else.
So they were gonna raise it to 21 anyway, whether we went out to bid.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, by far, they've taken really good care of us, different times.
But we're not getting pushback on the change we want from them, are we?
No, he said it's gonna be harder for them to do, but he's agreed that he would do it
As part of the 21?
as part of 21.
What does he feel about the?
He thinks we should go to 10 to 2.
We
But
should
he
stay
will
at
do
10 to
10
2.
Yeah, that's what he thinks, but
Why
that's
are
neither
we-
here nor there.
Why are we considering changing?
Well, it was brought up to the committee that the tree, the less you cut, the healthier tree in the next 10 years or something of that nature.
So, but our trees have been healthy all this time.
Did you get a chance to read the material that was sent out to the board?
Nope.
Sure enough.
Quite
Yeah.
intensive.
It's quite compelling.
And not only that, we had two palm trees that died in 10 years. So I would say the contractor that's doing our cutting now is professional and knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't see the purpose in cutting these trees back more. You're gonna ruin them.
No, less.
Or
Less,
less.
yeah.
Just leave them the way they are. They all look beautiful.
If I may, I think we've had more than two deaths.
Well,
John,
you're right.
how
There's, 6 to 8 maybe over the time I've been here, and 3 of them are lightning. And
One of
and
the
the one
best
just-
trees I've ever seen in palm tree died, a big pineapple palm.
But I think that
yeah, the
was-
pineapple palm had got the virus.
I
You're
was
right, a
gonna
beautiful
say,
one. We
yeah,
lost,
it had a
we've
virus,
lost the
yeah.
pineapple. You're right,
Yeah.
Chris.
Let's not, no, cut them.
So, before you is to make a motion to accept the recommendation or trim as usual?
Trim as usual, that's my recommendation.
Is that a motion?
Is that a motion?
Yes.
I second.
All right.
Claire, second.
Discussion.
Is that 10 to 2
Now
or
we're
9
open for
to
discussion.
3?
10 to 2.
10 to 2, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about going to 9 to 3 with this. Is
The
that-
motion was
It'd be
just
more
made
like
to
this
go-
Okay.
instead of like
Then
this.
my question will be, around our units, we have several palms that are close to roofs.
Those are taken into consideration.
Well,
sort of
that's what I'm
separately.
saying, that in other words, maybe those have to go to 9 to 2 or something, because we don't need to have a storm come through here and bring some of these leaves down on roofs.
We can't,
And where
we
we
can't
sit.
go either way. Either you do it the 10 to 2 or the 9 to 3. We can't pick them out.
No, no. But I
So we're saying that if a palm
I know
tree
what-
is over,
Yeah,
close
I'm
over
saying,
to a roof, if this motion passes, it's gonna be done 9 to 3, so,
No,
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 so we
no,
tend to do the old way.
Regular cut.
The old way.
Regular cut.
thank you. Okay.
And it was seconded by Claire.
All right, so that
Now
was
we have discussion.
Cookie Finch, Claire Dewhurst. Somebody want to call a question?
I call the question.
All right.
Claire calls the question.
Question, Pam?
All right. Cookie Finch,
Yes.
That was a yes.
Yes.
Cookie,
Yes.
Yes, Pam?
Roger,
She can't hear.
I say no. Shannon,
No.
Steve,
Yep.
Dick,
Yes,
Paula,
yes,
Danny Palmer,
Yes.
George Fisher.
Not here?
Not here. Monica Heigl,
Yes.
Claire Dewhurst,
Yes.
Tammy Albo,
Yes.
Tiffany,
No.
Mark Carey,
No.
Jeff Carter. No. John West.
No.
It's the tie.
Wait,
We don't have our
Denny, you didn't get-
board member
I
here.
Denny,
just
did
read
you
the
vote?
question. I was
Should have
thinking it
13. We should have 13.
Yeah.
I misread, understood the question.
Yes.
Can I change my vote?
I don't know.
Sure,
He misunderstood.
So
I misunderstood the question,
And
okay?
the question is to trim as we've been or
Yeah,
change.
that's what I misunderstood, okay? If I wanna change my vote to no,
You can.
okay?
Okay, so it's 8 no's, 6 yes.
Okay, so we're gonna trim 10 to 3.
Recording
9 to
stopped.
3.
9 to 3, I'm sorry.
How come the recording stopped?
I don't know.
Okay, Steve, you're up.
Because it's 3.
Did Chris leave us?
Is that true?
Yeah, I think we did.
Thank you for all that
That's why it stopped.
information.
You left
It was
us.
excellent, by the way, and
Thank
if I
you.
hadn't read it,
He's in
I
control
probably
of
would have
that.
voted different. So,
Thank you for reading it. I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The recording stopped.
I'm still recording
It's all
over
right.
here for
Keep
what it's
going.
worth.
That's recording
Okay.
still.
Back up to the background.
Yeah, yes.
You need a backup though.
Manager's report.
The next issues I have on the manager's report are a supply of pamphlets regarding hurricane safety and preparedness have been gotten and will be given to cluster advisors to distribute. So they'll have everybody who wishes to have a hurricane preparedness pamphlet will have some. The survey has been conducted of the association sidewalks to determine if any of the slabs need replacing or modification to eliminate slip and fall. 50 slab edges need to be ground down and 3 slabs need to be replaced. We'll be working on that over the summer. Roof penetration pipes. All of Pinehurst Village and all buildings in cluster G, D in Sherwood, and all of Pinehurst have been covered with screens and secured. So we're trying to keep out the critters. A method to eliminate potential trip hazards. A method to eliminate the potential trip hazards from sidewalks to the pavers at pool entries is being worked on at the recommendation of the insurance risk evaluation report. Also, there have been 140 repairs or requests handled since the last report. And one other issue, I know that Marv is here, requesting the board replace the water cooler at the tennis court.
Is there one right now?
There's one there now, but it's only giving warm water.
Well, I think that's, I wonder if that's because of the, my house doesn't,
I can give you some clarity on that.
yeah.
Years ago, probably 2 years ago, it broke and was unable to cool.
Okay.
COVID came in and somebody made decisions to turn it off and it got turned back on. I was telling people that it doesn't work and it also leaks. It's been going on for a good couple of years this way and it needs to be replaced. John tells me it couldn't be repaired. That was my
This one,
first-
yeah, it's gone, it's gone. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 7 years old and it's just,
So I first went to John and said, it's not cold. And they had it looked at it and said, can't fix it.
Marv, I think we turned that off because of the COVID thing, and I do agree that we need to do something different now, but that was the reason the water
I know,
pump was turned
yeah,
off.
I know it was turned on, but it's been on. It's been on now
Oh,
for
it had,
quite a
no,
while.
then I totally agree with your letter, by the way. It's a repair issue, not a vote to replace it.
Yeah, so I mean,
Or your budget.
it should be, to me, it's a repair. I've been here for 10 years. I know people say people bring their own water. I play tennis.
I'm not putting my mouth near
I
that.
always come with 2 of these, and I can tell you, I empty them because it's so damn hot out, and I have to refill them. Okay, so I don't understand, frankly, I don't understand why it's on the agenda, why it just didn't get done. Doesn't matter, that's a different issue. I think it should be done.
a new one would be about 900.
How's your
Well, I think
budget?
that's, yeah, should be done.
It's up to
You
the
got it
board.
in the budget, Marv?
We have the money?
You know, I never talk about a budget. I'm on the tennis committee, I never know anything about budgets with the tennis. You know, we don't have much, we don't do much there.
We have a reserve for machinery.
Yeah.
I
So,
move
I have
that we
to interrupt
replace
just
the
a
water
second.
cooler at the
Maggie
tennis
said
court.
to tell you that
I
Pam
second
has
it.
been disconnected for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I didn't.
All right, so because there's reserve funds for replacement, Claire's made a motion to replace
I
the
second
water
it.
cooler.
Great.
Second by Monica?
I'm just wondering how it stays cool.
All in favor? Let's go with, we're gonna do a roll call, Tammy?
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cookie.
what we do?
Replacing the water cooler.
Oh, yes. Roger. Pam. No, she's not here. Shannon.
Yes.
Steve.
Yeah.
Dick.
Yes.
Denny.
Yes.
Monica.
Yes.
Claire.
Yes.
Me. Yes. Tiffany.
Yes.
Barb.
Yes.
Deb.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
It's unanimous.
Okay,
All right.
Thank you all very much, real good.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
now that Mars leaving, anybody want to rescind the vote?
Can I change those?
Very good.
John, can I just ask, I'm curious, why did we need a board vote to do this?
Well, I mean, I can spend up to $2,000, but there has been pushback to do it, so I wanted to bring it to the board.
Yeah.
Not everybody supports it because public water fountains are becoming passé.
Yes.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that.
Because we all just voted yes, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, most public water fountains have been turned off because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
But they're
I don't
turning
think
it back
anybody,
on.
for their own sanitary purposes, are putting their mouth on it. They're filling the water bottles so they can drink
Yeah.
something.
Anyway,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
Is that on 24/7 or does it go off and on with?
No,
the,
it's on. It's just plugged in.
Could
They
we
don't
put a
have
timer
a
on
thermostat.
Yeah, well,
I suppose you could.
Would you, how much?
Dust the
would-
donuts
yeah.
off.
How much would you save? Yeah.
Yeah.
How much more expensive?
well, I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay,
We're done?
now we're at committee report.
Committee reports. Building committee, I got nothing. Next. No.
That was easy.
Pool committee?
There was a complaint about the mosquitoes. Come on, there was a complaint about the
Well, get them
mosquitoes.
taken care of.
2 months ago, we complained about the ducks. Then 1 month ago, we complained about, the ants with wings. This month, someone complained about mosquitoes. Jack said that there is natural pellets that we can get.
We
They're
have
not
them,
chemical.
we use them.
And that we are using those. And/or individuals who are bothered by mosquitoes can buy battery-operated machines that kind of dome wherever the machine is, and you can get those on Amazon for less than $40. Second, there will be no pool committee meeting in July because everybody's on vacation.
Rashida Balance will do the same.
I'll
thing.
give her something for
Yeah.
Steve, for
Landscape.
Pete, landscape. We've cleared the flowers out from front because the dye and the heat will not allow anything to go up there, so it'll be October before we place the lower level of the plants at the entry. We've also removed all of the flower boxes entries, and because of the minimum amount of dirt there, we're gonna keep everything fallow until October for replacement. Okay.
Are you still looking for those rubber divider things that we pulled out a couple of years ago?
Do we still have some?
Yes, behind, is it like 750?
I'll look.
In that corner there, there's several of them there.
Okay, we missed some, okay.
John, any update
We
with the
have some behind Lakeside R2, around 594, 93.
Thank you. All right, because that's the considered trip hazard.
There's some up in front of that 750 building too.
We'll look for them.
Okay.
Okay.
You got
Also,
anything on the,
I have an IT.
Yeah.
wait a minute, what,
committee report.
okay, go, okay.
all right, go ahead, Tim, Chris.
We discussed the palm tree issue at our May meeting, and we have put up a palm tree page on the website. It has the 5 articles that I sent to the board members, and it also has information about each type of palm that we have. We have queen palms, we have rope palms, we have sable palmetto palms, we have canary date palms, and we have a few odd I know that in Pool 5, there's a screw pine palm, and behind one of our units in Cluster R is a bottle palm, really a neat looking palm. And then we have the fishtail palms, which are have been planted since the hurricane, and boy, they are really flourishing.
Very good.
Yes, they are. They've grown about 12, 14 feet.
More information about any of those, it's on a new page called a palm tree page. It's on the in the landscape area. Oh no, it's under the community area.
Barbara?
Any update on the coyotes? Has everything been pretty quiet?
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
They're protected.
3 weeks.
They're running around after 7 o'clock.
I see the one, primarily I see the one that goes into the corner of the, at Wildwood Springs and Sherwood. And I mean, Springdale.
Yeah.
And he runs into that corner. He's kind of a chocolate brownie
Yeah,
type
it's
guy.
kind of very strange looking.
Healthy,
Yeah.
very healthy.
I've seen one at the end of at the end of Wildwood Springs Boulevard, where it ends at Woodlawn and Lakeside, thank you. In that big lawn there, I've seen them trotting around in there.
Owner comment.
He came by the back for a quick, right along here.
Yeah, you
Have
guys.
any owner comments?
What about director's comment?
Energy Savings Committee.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah.
You've been dissolved.
I have to report that.
We informed him.
We met on the 24th of May. We thanked everybody who had worked on that committee and who had done quite a bit. I made a motion to dissolve the Energy Savings Committee and pass the few items we had remaining back to the building community.
Just what I need. Thank you. Appreciate that, Jack.
Well done.
So have we given up on solar power?
We have given up on solar power. We got hit with all these money issues. And we saw that there was just no possibility
Lack of material.
of raising $40,000 or $45,000.
Okay, if an individual resident wanted to put in solar power, is there any restriction against that?
Yes, the state restricts unit owners from putting panels on the roof of a common roof. It's restricted by the state.
What if you're in a villa? Your roof is your roof.
No, your roof is not your roof. All you own is the inside of your unit.
Your air, they can suck
That's
it out
right.
when they feel like it.
John,
You don't own your roof.
As I understand it, John,
Joy.
that you can put solar power
First
on
thing
an
you learn in
individual
real
roof
estate, you
if
only own the air
the
inside the
association
house.
gives permission.
They own
I've
everything else.
got the statute.
Well, okay, let's take a look at it because I've been, the two attorneys have told, I've questioned them, and they said absolutely not on a common roof because it's not your roof. Now, we do have one, one was put in years before I came here, up on 128 or something like that. But right now, it's no, but I'll research it again.
And I'll look for the attorney who told me this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would.
Is it, if you do anything to the roof, then you own that part of the roof, so if you would put.
No, you own
solar-
maintenance responsibility.
Right,
You never own
right,
the roof.
Right, maintenance
Yeah, if
responsibility.
you look at the
yes.
definition of a unit that you purchase, it's from the ceiling to the slab and the two walls. That's what you got. You're buying the air.
I know.
Where did the electric car charging stations end up?
That's back with the building
Well, the
committee.
building committee and the board, there is a, the building committee and the board agreed, there is a policy where if you hook it up to your unit and put underline and underground, you can put a charging station out in front of your unit at the carport, I mean, at the parking space, per specifications. And the big issue is the fact that it doesn't look like we can hook up to the front electrical power where it comes in. And so therefore, to do it, you probably have to run to your breaker box, which adds a tremendous expense.
Yeah.
But right now, there's been no action to put a common one anywhere or anything like that.
So the electrician's report was that you have to hook it up to the breaker box. right?
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
I did research to get grant money, but in order to get any kind of grant money, you would have to make them public, open to the public.
To anybody, yeah.
Don't we have a
Anybody.
standard set by the car that we have over here with the charging station?
No,
in the
that's
front?
different. I mean, he was allowed to put in his own meter and his own.
I thought we set that as a standard.
No,
though.
no, that we
Okay.
changed the standard.
That's all
You
the
can
depth.
come right off your unit
All right,
to a point.
Get his own meter,
Yeah.
John.
all right,
Yeah.
just check.
Well, see, in those days, you needed a meter, you needed everything else.
Yeah.
It cost Bob about $7,000 to put that one in. This wouldn't be anything like
He
that.
has to charge his batteries 10 times to get the candidate.
Really?
Director comments?
I just have a question, so, going back to the badges at the pool, if someone has 5 adults, we need to have 5, do we get some badges here in the office?
Absolutely. We got all the badges you could possibly need.
About 25 or so.
Check the junk drawer first.
No, I just wanted,
I have two.
Got new pretty ones, green and yellow.
Claire?
I have a question. Do we have any fire hydrants in this community?
Yes, we do. We have,
Where
I
are
think
they?
they're for,
When I
Well,
found my
that's-
condo,
Yeah, one in Cluster U.
yeah,
Palm tree.
yeah.
And they
I
get
think each
tested
one might have one.
condo,
I've never,
Yeah,
I've
the
never known
Right,
of one.
We test them every year.
Yeah.
And
I
the
thought
fire
we
department
did.
tests them
Yeah.
as well.
And so far, we've only had to repair one, because they're expensive.
Close them out.
Now, I believe that the fire department put in blue reflectors
Yeah, where they
to indicate where the hydrant is.
if
as
you
they're
drive
driving.
along the road or in the parking lot and you see a blue reflector, there's gonna be one there.
I better pay attention.
Yeah. I don't, hopefully you never have to operate.
Well, hopefully I
one.
won't, but I hope.
Any
I
other
better pay
director
attention.
comments?
Yeah.
Danny Funk.
Since I live right over here at 357, I know when anybody's playing pickleball because I can hear the popping going on. So it's not, and it doesn't really bother me. But I seem to notice we're getting a lot more players, and we have a lot less people living here, and a lot of strange faces. And I know we're talking about the badges at the pools. Well, I know at times securities come out, and my wife was there, and they say, asking if everybody had their badge, and the people that didn't left, because they asked them to leave, and that was fine, I mean, we had nothing against it. But it seems like Sunday mornings now, I'm seeing people over there, and I know I'm not.
me.
Huh?
That's me.
Well, I recognize you. The people I saw last Sunday, I did not recognize, okay? And I'm wondering, is there a
Pickleball Sunday
possibility?
morning?
Yep.
That's why I wake up so early, because there's too much noise?
We're just having fun.
What up,
You can come join us.
Yeah,
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday doesn't make any
with
noise.
that cold beer.
I'm not asking if somebody go back and do security checks or something, but is there any way maybe we can put some signage up there saying, you must have a badge to play, either a member or
Everybody
owner,
does have a badge. When
you
I'm
must
there.
have a badge, whether it be a guest badge or whatever.
Is it on the
in order-
side?
That's
Right on
an
the side,
amenity,
yeah.
it's not a pool pass, it's an amenity pass.
Yeah, I know, and it's just, well, I just wonder because, I mean, I see all these strange faces, and I'm like, wait a minute, is it people taking advantage of our court? They're saying Bray Park opened up and it's just packed.
It is.
Yeah, well, all those great players played at the other one at the end of the street, which is Spring Lakes.
Yeah, they have.
I just wondered, I mean, I just didn't know.
We have not challenged anybody there
Yeah,
that hasn't had a badge, so it hasn't been an issue.
Okay, all right, well, I just wondered, I just seen these
Well, you
strange,
should, yeah.
That's Sunday morning.
strange faces and strange cars.
So Steve, be quiet on Sunday morning.
I have,
be reverent.
He yells.
we have
He's- I hear
owners
his
and
voice.
we have badges for all the guests.
Yeah,
And
okay.
there's not more than 3 guests per owner there.
Okay, well, I'm not disputing
Tuesday,
that.
Thursday, and Sunday morning. I challenge,
Owner
we
comments.
welcome somebody to bring security.
Owner
Other
comment.
comments, anything? I think everybody's gone.
Bob, do you want to make a comment? Bob, I'm not sure. I wanted to make one quick comment for you, you folks on the building committee. It would help to just give a little quick explanation of what's allowed as far as the charging station and how it must be put in. We don't have anything on the website that explains that people are allowed to do that.
We'll go ahead and set it up.
Yeah, just a couple of, just some guidelines of what has to be done.
You got it.
We'll do
I'll
it.
get it.
Anything else from anybody?
Okay.
About no meeting,
Next
John.
meeting.
Great.
July.
Sure.
We want to skip July's meeting because of the lack of people. I'm gonna be out of town for July.
Why, Zoom us.
I'll be driving on the 18th.
You can't Zoom and drive.
I can't Zoom and drive.
Yes, you can.
But Roger could hit you.
Kid.
Chris carried that all the time.
I know.
Who's zooming who?
Do we need a meeting in July?
I think
I think so.
We might
think
want
we
to do
need
a
a meeting.
flooring thing.
No,
Yeah.
flooring thing. Okay, well,
Go.
the dates would be what, the 12th and the 18th?
12th and the 18th.
No, I'll be here for both days, and then I'm leaving.
Okay.
Alrighty.
They're both gonna be here then, I assume.
Yes. Yeah, because we didn't have a flood. Good thing we didn't rent the church. And, who wants to adjourn? Anything else you want to adjourn?
No, I'm ready. Somebody want to give me a motion to
I
adjourn?
motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second.
Okay, sounds good.
Are you seconding it?
Do we need a roll call?
Yeah.
Tammy, roll call.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Chris.